From choppy editing to bad acting, some of the worst films of 2016 have featured things that make you go, huh, alright. These, for us, are the worst examples of cinema in 2016. These are Film Snob Reviews top 10 worst of 2016. So without further ado, let's talk about some crap, yeah? Alright. Alright, so where do we start off with the bronze? It's about a really, really annoying girl who won bronze at an Olympic Games, played by Melissa Rauch. She's really uncaring, she's terrible, and none of the characters are particularly interesting, even outside of her. What's worse than this is she drags a poor innocent girl trying to do what she's already done, make it to the Olympic Games, and drag her down into her self-hating mess that she has going on. This was a Duplass Brothers production, though this time they didn't step behind the camera. What we got instead was a very, very, very sad display, which drags not just Melissa Rauch, who's a good actress, enough. But Gary Cole and Sebastian stand down with her. Go ahead and skip it. It's not worth your time. Yeah, just go ahead and have a pass on it because it's just not very good. Middle School, The Worst Years of My Life, is based on a best-selling book of some sort. I've never read them. I don't know what they're about, but after seeing this movie, it does not get me interested in any way to actually witness them. A lot of what's wrong with the movie stems from its the young cast who are very inexperienced, but also the weird hybrid animated live action thing they have going on. Rob Riggle is in it, and he's just doing what he does in every other movie. If you've seen 21 Jump Street or basically anything you've ever seen him in, he's just doing the same thing. Lauren Graham plays some other character, and she's as oblivious as one should be in a movie like this. There's a twist at the end that doesn't really work, and a lot of the beats are really familiar. And if you've ever seen any coming of age movie, this is not the best of them. Certainly, you should go see The Edge of 17. Instead, it's a much better movie with a similar premise. Alright, so Melissa McCarthy did another film with her husband as the director, and if history has told us anything, i.e., let's look at Tammy, this wasn't going to be good from the start. And it isn't. It's really bad. A lot of the jokes don't hit. A lot of it's really, really, rehashed. Oh, this and this happened because, well, I'm not going to spoil the movie for you because if you do happen to wander into it by either mistake or pure stupidity, you are going to be upset with yourself. One thing is for sure, you can definitely guarantee Melissa McCarthy is going to fall at some point and she's going to hurt herself. That is the only thing that is certain when you get Melissa McCarthy, is she's going to fall on something. And I wish she had fallen on the script for this film instead of actually making the film because it's terrible. Don't see it. Now with this pick, I'm going to start up straight up. I know this is a November 2015 release. We didn't see it till January 2016, therefore it goes on the list. Fight Me. Why is it on this list? It wastes the talents of Oscar nominee Chiwetel Ejiofor, Oscar winner Julia Roberts, and Oscar winner Nicole Kidman in an absolute crap fest of boredom and terrible detective work. The Argentinian version of this film, El Secreto de Ojos, which is just a much better film. It's taught much more crisp and compact in the storytelling. Here we just have Billy Ray showing that he is not exactly the most competent director. Given his history, I mean, he's, hit and miss, but this one here is a definite miss and also a definite skip. So sci-fi is one of those genres that when it's done well, it's done really well. But when it's done badly, well, it's really bad. And Synchronicity is really bad. Not only does the narrative just not make any sort of sense, but the acting's really flat, and during none of the film do you ever feel like this is a story you want to see the conclusion to, mainly because you can't wrap your head around what sort of mania and confusion they're trying to get you to believe in. If you're brave enough to actually want to see this film, it is available right now for you to check out on Netflix, but I would not recommend that you do that. Just go ahead, save yourself the trouble, skip. There's a case to be made for remaking films. I mean, sometimes, you can improve upon the original or tell a completely different perspective on that original movie. With this year's incarnation of the classic Ben-Hur, which is the third time that this film's been on the screen, there's really no excuse. The film is terrible. The iconic scene of all the scenes is the chariot race. It's a mess of quick cuts and CGI that doesn't look really good. Not only that, but you take a great actor like Jack Houston and you make him Judah Ben-Hur and give him nothing to do. And you give Toby Kebbell a role in it as Masala, and it falls sort of flat. There's so much potential here, and most or all of it is ruined. What I want to point out more specifically is that John Ridley, who has an Oscar, wrote this film, and I don't know what he was thinking when he wrote this. He wrote 12 Years a Slave, and this is just not good. Don't see it. So Alice Through the Looking Glass is just not a good film. Not only does it suffer from the same thing as the first film, which is way too much CGI and just this really convoluted story, but in this case it doesn't have anything going for it outside of Sacha Baron Cohen as time. I don't know what Johnny Depp's doing. The charm of seeing him in goofy wigs and outfits is done. Mia Wasikowska, she's a good actress, but here she can't save this. There's just really nothing to grasp on and hold on to and say that right there makes me enjoy this movie. Instead, it's really just computer animation with people in it, and whereas in the Jungle Book you believed in your heart of hearts that those animals were real, nothing here feels real. None of the stakes feel real. It just all feels very fabricated, and that, to me, is what you could call a strange situation. And with this franchise, it just continues to get curiouser and curiouser. I have no idea why this was even made. I didn't think the first ride along was any good. I don't think the chemistry between Ice Cube and Kevin Hart's any. I don't even like Kevin Hart, to be honest with you. I don't find him very funny in a movie setting. When he's doing stand-up and he's in charge of the jokes and etc., he's fine. He's fine. But in this respect, he's just not funny. Ice Cube does what he always does, he mean mugs the camera the whole time. It works to an extent in other movies like 21, 22 Jump Street, but it doesn't work here. I don't know what Tim Story thought he was doing with this thing that it could turn into a franchise, but it's making enough money in January, I suppose, as a January release biannually to justify it. I just can't justify not putting it on this list because it is a very, very bad film. Can we talk about The Force, please? This movie's a piece of crap. I don't know how you take a premise as cool as a girl getting lost in Japan's suicide forest and make it this ludicrously stupid plot about her sister missing. You get Natalie Dormer from Game of Thrones and you throw her in there and you tell me her sister, who's her, gets lost in the forest. We don't know why. Nothing's explained clearly. All the visuals look like crap because everything's in the dark. This is a terrible movie. I don't want to talk about it anymore, but you guys are going to make me, aren't you? Oh, God. Alright, so it's bad. Don't see it. I'm done. Okay, let's go to the number one movie because... Ugh. Alright, so I can hear all of you art film people screaming at me at the top of your lungs. What the hell are you talking about? Knight of Cups is a masterpiece. Terrence Malick's awesome. No. No. It stops here. It stops right freaking here. Tree of Life is the most boring thing that I have seen. I love Terrence Malick. New World's awesome. Some of his other stuff is even better than that, but recently he's been just doing this thing where no one talks and everybody's brooding and gloating like they're all trying to be artistic, and the pretension just permeates so deeply within this film that it just pisses me off beyond belief. I think Christian Bale has a total of 4 lines in the entire movie. He's just drifting through LA, doing nothing. This film is the personification of the phrase, with sound and fury signifying nothing. Because the film looks gorgeous, it's beautiful, it's just this, there, that, this, that, visuals everywhere, but nothing freaking happens. You're gonna tell me that a movie where nothing happens should be on a list other than the worst list of 2016? I don't think so. Terrence Malick, let's go back to more structured narratives. Maybe make a movie that makes sense. Stop trying to get on Nicholas Winding Refn's ludicrous train here that he's on. We'll talk about that some other time. If you want to talk about that, you know where my Twitter is. We'll talk about that and my problems with the Neon Demon as well. Overall, this is the worst movie I've seen all year. I think I fell asleep twice. Or got pretty close to doing so. Don't see this. Don't do it. For the sake of yourself and your family, just avoid this thing. Ugh. Hey guys, William here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Got some awesome stuff coming up soon. Especially when it comes to the quality of our video productions. That should be improving in the coming months. I really want to thank every single person for your help and your support of not only our website, but of the content that we put out. Be on the lookout for our top 10 best films of the year. We're going to be putting that up soon as I'm done shooting and recording and everything like that. But the quality should be improved in the coming months, and it's because of you guys, and it's because of everything that all the work that we've put in trying to make this happen. So thank every single one of you, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye. And there you have it. Film Snob Reviews top 10 worst movies of 2016. I hope you liked it. Keep it here. Subscribe. There's a button in the bottom there somewhere. If you want to read the reviews for all 10 of these awful movies, you'll be in the link below. You can also catch us on all the social medias at Film Snob Reviews. For Film Snob Reviews, this is William speaking, and we'll see you later.